Hello there, and we are live. See ya, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to a big episode, of Real Talk. But this time on Real Talk, it's a post-game show, and of course, guys, see, you have to see the lineup I have for you. See ya, guys. I got my friend, as a Chelsea fan, is down here with me. My guy, my brother, no other person, Chelsea fan. My guy, you guys know the contributions he's done to this channel too. You know, apart from him coming down here to do shows with me, apart from him being a personal friend I could call on to. See ya, guys, welcome back to the channel. My guy, my brother, Wu Fang Division. Wu Fang!
Oh! Big up, man. Big up, brother. Thank you for having me back. It's been a long time. It's good to be back. And with friends as well. Bargav, big up.
Yeah.
Good to be back, man.
Yeah. Big up to Camila. Camila is in the chat. She's my very good friend, a friend of a friend, but a very amazing person. And she says, "Big up, Tony. We won exactly, Camila. Nice to see you down here. Where is Amy Baba? That's my guy. Where is he? See
Big
ya,
up,
guys.
Amy. Long time, yeah.
See ya, guys. Welcome to the show. My other guy. I mean, you guys know, of course, from watch alongs to contributions to the channel. See, no other person, no need for a big intro. Yeah, he's the guy here too. See, guys, welcome my guy, my friend, Arsenal fan in the house. Yeah, Bargov, talk to these people, man.
Yeah, Tony, thanks for having me. We had a good day of Prem today, so excited to discuss the whole thing. So, at your
Yeah, I hear you, man. See, man, of course, I'll just start right from the beginning. Yeah, see, guys, Crystal Palace started on the table this weekend, being on 15th on the table. We've already previously beaten them in the Carabao. That's in the Carabao Cup. Intense game. Intense game of tremendous nature down there in the Carabao Cup. And of course, it's a London derby. It's what you expect from London derbies. Hard tackles, intent, goals. It had the whole hallmarks of what a typical London derby, is to be or was to be. Arsenal won that game with Gabriel Jesus, a perfect hat trick, announcing himself that he's back. And you know what? Yet again today, the same thing. Two quick goals from Gabriel Jesus, down and out Crystal Palace after equalizing with one goal. With I think who was that scored the goal? Was it Sar, or I think Sar? Sar scored that.
For Palace, I think it was more Palace.
I think he has scored in 3 consecutive games for Palace. But again, throw that away. Gabriel Jesus just scoring 2 goals. And of course, Gabriel Martinelli, Kai Havertz latching onto that one, also making it 3 for Arsenal. And again, Declan Rice just coming there to just make it 5 and put the game to bed, and just, everyone just go off. The thing is that Crystal Palace have beaten the dust at Selhurst Park. See, my brother Wolfie, do this justice here. Amy Baba is in the house. Amy Baba is in the house. Oregon.
Long time, man.
Oregon Guna is in the house.
Big up, man. Big up, Dale. Big up, bro, man.
Oregon. See ya, guys. It's a full house. Oregon Guna, talk to these people, man. Po.
Wolfie finish. Po. Go ahead.
No. Come on, man. No. I'm happy to see you, bro. By all means, you finish, man.
What's up, guys? 5-1. Palace can suck it. Great win today. It was fantastic. Gabriel Jesus, man of the match, 2 games in a row. Get in. Po.
I see Dale going earlier. My winger as well, My winger. Dale was down. My winger.
My winger. Hey, you got to find form sometimes. It doesn't always happen to the best. But Gabriel Martinelli is one of the best. He's one of the best.
Exactly. See, guys, we have, of course, a big member of our channel is in the chat, the assembled. Wolfang is here. Camila is here. Amy Baba is here. Miss Wolfie. Miss Wolfie, how are you doing? Thanks for popping into the channel. How are you doing? She says, lovely to see you both together again. See, me and Wolfie are like Batman and Robin. I mean,
Oh, he just killed me, bruv. He just killed me.
We've always been there.
Yeah?
The Joker and the Penguin.
Oregon Gunner is in the chat. Amy Baba is in the chat. See, let's get serious here. See, I would allow you, Wolfie, because of course you're the neutral one down here. Yeah? Please just tell us what you saw in that game today. Arsenal beating, pummeling Crystal Palace 5-1, making them bat dust at Selhurst Park. Take it away.
Well, in truth, I think, just on a football neutrality perspective, I think everyone could admit that was a game of two halves, wasn't it? Because, right, I mean this with the utmost respect, and all three of these gents know that I don't have digs. I try and speak facts, right? Every 10 minutes in that first half, as an Arsenal fan, you're like, oh, Saliba, oh, Martinelli, Trossard. What was Trossard doing in the first half? Can anyone tell me what position that guy was playing? Because he was a ghost to me. I didn't see him the whole half. Yeah, it wasn't a bad performance because, okay, wait, one thing I never thought I'd say this, but Jesus rescued you lot in the first half because he was the only one playing. Does that make sense? Like everybody else is just like it's not switched on yet. Now, Palace, I think you guys sloppy play let Palace back into the game. That's what because Palace weren't great either, to be fair.
They were terrible.
I think in the first half, when you guys made it a more end-to-end game, that suited Palace because you guys weren't doing what you guys were good at, and you got. As I go into your second half, you guys did what you're better at. You know what I mean? You killed the game. You slowed the game down. You had more possession. You chose when to up the pace of the game instead of Palace or going end to end. And you killed them, really. It was one of those ones. It was just the more the game went on, the more you knew Arsenal were going to win because Palace slowly dissolved out of it. And by the end of it, like 20... I know it said like 5-0 at the end, but it was long done. After about 3 or 4-1, that was it. It was finished because Palace, I'm not sure about them, but with you guys, I think it was just more of a case of better game management. You guys knew what was going on. You had that per se experience. You slowed it down. You controlled the tempo. Some of the players that weren't playing as good in the shockingly in the first half, stepped up their game a little bit in the second. I'm not quite sure what some of them were doing on the pitch. I don't want to seem like I'm being picky, and I'm still confused about Arteta's substitutions. Yeah, but by the by, I just think it was you saw the best of Arsenal in the second half, but the worst of you guys in the first. And I have to say, and I know we've all been making jokes about it, but with City losing as well, and you're supposed to be their main title rivals, it's kind of like crappy when you're supposed to be dusting them, but you're looking over and literally they're standing next to you, like because you guys are in the same position. So I can imagine from you guys how much more frustrating it really, really, really is. But yeah, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, good. Let's make this a little bit interactive. Yeah, of course, anyone can chime in. I mean, I'll bring you in here, Baggett. Yeah, and of course, anyone can chime in. Let's not act as if Crystal Palace is a London team. I mean. They went this close. Game, no doubt. Exactly. They went this close in coming back in that game in the Carabao Cup. Probably maybe they smelt blood that, you know what, Arsenal could still be a team that we could actually get at when we actually press them. And of course, let's don't act as if Crystal Palace hasn't been taking points away from some big wigs in the league this season somehow, some way. Even if we do know that Manchester City, are shit right now. You saw what happened to them. But again, Crystal Palace.
Tony, where's Onome? Where's Onome nowadays?
I don't know. He's disappeared.
I'm only kidding. Man.
Big ups Onome. But let's don't act as if Crystal Palace isn't that kind of a team that has actually sized up Arsenal felt that they could still cause a little bit of havoc and damage to Arsenal, got into our faces today in a way. Their press gave our central defenders, our centre backs,
Tony, on that, yeah?
huge problems because they were pressing with such high intensity. And again, man, what was wrong with Saliba today? But you know what? Yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, because that's the thing. You say about they did press you, but you've had against pressing teams before. But it's not the fact that their pressing game gave them incentive. It was when you lot made mistakes that gave them incentive. Because this is why
it was the pressing that made those mistakes happen. True. I mean, Oregon Gunner, Bagov, what do you guys think about it, man? The games today and with the whole context.
Yeah, so I've been to the stadium. So like one of the things Crystal Palace like prides itself on is they love having a go at teams. So that's what they did. The problem is they made it so end to end that like it in a way like it made for a game where we took advantage. So it in that sense, that's the way I look at it more so of how the game went. They try to have a go back at us, and at times like we didn't have complete control over that game either. So we took our chances. Some of the goals were really good. Like I thought the Sarr goal was actually really good. I thought the Jesus goal was really good.
That second one,
bit lucky with his. Trossard, I still think needs to be kind of like for me. I still wonder why, like, what's happening with like playing Sterling. We should be playing Sterling instead of Trossard, but never get to see that. In the end, like I still have like I don't think we were that great today, personally. Like I know it's gonna sound like that.
Really?
Like, the scoreline was good. The scoreline was good, but like I still think we have problems. We still have to figure out like some.
Saka's injury.
It's a good first step. It's a good first step, I think.
What about Saka's injury?
We still have to go on a run.
Has anyone heard what happened with Saka? Because that's the other thing as well. It's one of those ones where you win and you win well, but is there a casualty of it? Because if he looks like because he looked like he pulled his hamstring as well.
Yeah.
So.
But again, knowing Saka is that kind of guy that would just get back up on his feet in the next game.
Yeah, I'll give him a shot.
He has always done that. He's always done that.
I mean, the only thing that was said is like we don't know the Mikel said like we don't know the extent of the injury. So basically, it's another like it's going to keep us waiting for a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm pretty sure it'll be
definitely. Oregon Gunner, your idea of the game, man, and of course, put into context what we've talked about here already.
Yeah, for sure. No, I thought today was just definitely up and down, and we made mistakes. I thought this was one of Saliba's worst performances in the last few weeks. He was responsible for the 2 or 3 mistakes and responsible for the goal. At just certain times where he just like passed it right to one of the Crystal Palace players. So I just thought he was kind of just off it today a little bit. But overall, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best either. I thought the attack was really good. I thought Martinelli was decent. Trossard got like Wolfie said, in and out of the game, looked a little bit lost in the first half. He's still an impact sub for me. I don't need to see him start anymore. And to be honest, guys, I'm not one lick disappointed that we didn't see Sterling. I'm over him and Havertz. I'm over both of them. I am again Mikel fitting Havertz in at left mid. That was the only deal I had today. I mean, right, but here's the positives. He actually got this.
But it wasn't the baddest in the midfield, in it? No, it wasn't really that poor. I saw him on the ball most times.
The left mid stations, right? So what do you say? I mean, I don't know. It's confusing, some of these games, but I think like Wolfie said, Palace were just not good. And I dare any team to come at us. I've said it all season. Come at us and attack, open up. And this is what happens.
Double pulls.
What's that?
I said pulls and double pulls.
Yeah, pulls.
I love you, Dale. I don't want anyone to try and catch you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've got my boys back. You might be Arsenal, but he's one of us. No,
that's right. No. Like, if you want to open up and play against us, you will pay the price, right? I mean, let's be real. If Havertz didn't get his big dumb foot in the way, Trossard would have beat the Chelsea 2-1, right at the death.
Yeah.
But that's here or there, right?
Yeah.
Either way, right. I just think that today, that again with the spine, he finally got the spine correct. Gabriel Saliba. I've said it before. If you don't play Gabriel, you have to play Saliba. If you don't play Saliba, you have to play Gabriel. You have to play one or the other to keep that defensive solidity in the back, right? That's what Raya doesn't want Kiwior and Timber as center backs, right? We don't want it. David Raya sure as hell doesn't want that either, right? He wants what's comfortable for him. And that's why he's been off too the last 2 or 3 games, because I think there's some mix-up going on with the center backs, injury-wise, so forth. But anyway, you had the spine of the team. Thomas Partey, Odegaard, Saka, Jesus. At least he got the spine right. So when I saw the lineup, I saw the spine. No Thomas Partey at right back. Timber's where he's supposed to be. Thomas Partey's at CDM. Seeing Havertz instead of Rice, I figured
Lewis Skelly is a natural left back, and
right.
He played in left back position today.
Skelly was one of you guys' better performers today. He was on it today.
Yeah,
and he looks like a monster as well. He's got big, bruv. Like, it was only when I saw him standing next to Partey, I was like, wow, he's huge.
Yeah, he's getting around on those set pieces for sure. No, Skelly's no punk. But I don't know how many games, Wolfie, he has in a row, right? How many games play Skelly week in and week out? Maybe not. But I know I don't want to see Calafiori there.
If he keeps on performing like that, he can do it.
You think so, though? Week in and week out, even with midweek games? I'm not so sure. I mean, I thought he was good today. He was good on what? Did he play Wednesday?
But again,
it's better than Zinchenko.
Yeah, no, right.
Yeah, I hear you.
I don't know. I don't think Calafiori's the answer either. I think we're talking about a kid with just really raw talent.
But again, that's why we have to rotate. That's why we have to rotate. That's why we have to rotate. I mean, a player like Calafiori. Yeah, I mean, I'm starting to see concerns with him now, and I'm starting to see reasons for the criticism. But again, we can still alternate him with Lewis Skelly. Even Zinchenko can even have a bite, at the end of the day. But rotate in a very efficient way so that Skelly cannot just run, to the ground when he plays.
He's playing Calafiori when it's already 4-1, right? So my point is, if we play Calafiori instead of Scully, if Calafiori subbed in and it's 1-1, 2-1, do you agree with that substitution? If the game's 2-1, do we bring Calafiori in? I'm not so sure.
It might not be there yet.
No, it's just that Calafiori helps out in the midfield most times. It helps to advance the ball forward. So maybe in those kind of games that you're pursuing, you might just get to use him. The Skelly's that kind of guy that won't really, advance forward. He won't just leave his position and just bump forward just like that. He does that with caution. Yeah, exactly. But of course, Calafiori is that kind of left back that would always encroach. You would always get into advanced positions, try to press the ball a bit forward.
Zinchenko too, bro.
And again, that also confuses me if Calafiori is really truly a left back or is actually a midfielder in disguise as a left back.
Well, I mean, he's still 23.
That's a rough call. I think he just runs with I think right now he's just a bundle of raw energy, but he needs to find those Italian defensive instincts, right? Maldini, Nesta, Barisi type instincts where you don't have to go full throttle. Like, we was not knock the kid down and Trossard's telling him, calma.
That's what I said there about the performance in the second half. It wasn't that you guys were playing any less better. It was just the fact you were playing slower and more controlled.
True, too.
Right. And then Calafiori, like you say, Wolfie, Calafiori went against that, though, right? He was the only one that was rah, right, up and down, while we, like you said, we kind of controlled it at 4-1. The 5-1, the Declan Rice goal, fantastic, but it wasn't necessary. But it's great for Declan's confidence, so I'm all for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Big up, Josh.
Yeah, big ups to Josh True Gunner. That's my guy. See, I do constant show with this guy, True Gunner. I'll be with him next week, The big ups to you. Merry Christmas on your front, and I'll get to talk to you soon. See, Wolfie, get to chime in on this one. See, Chelsea have a chance of, usurping all these things and going first in the league tomorrow temporarily. But this is not a Chelsea topic right now. We'll go into that later on. But right now, when you see, as a Chelsea fan, through your eyes, when you see Arsenal play like this in a London derby, typical London derby, of course, Crystal Palace, that at Selhurst Park, it's not an easy place to go. Are you a bit concerned that Arsenal will get things working away from home. Because if you check it, Arsenal have kept the perfect kind of like run at home. And when you win your home games, the confidence sets in. But Arsenal have lost games away from home this season. We've acrimoniously drawn games away from home this season. I mean, example, Bournemouth, those kind of games. The game we played in Craven Cottage, we drop points down there. That was a London derby, but still, you drop points away from home. When you're looking at Arsenal right now, are you a bit concerned from the eyes of a Chelsea fan that, Arsenal just went to Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park and just smashed up Crystal Palace in a London derby, 5-1? Are you concerned with that in terms of seeing a resurgent Arsenal in the second half of the season?
To be honest with that, okay, now don't take this the wrong way. To answer that question, because there's two aspects of it I've got to answer. On the Arsenal side of things, is it a important win? Yes, it is. It's a very important win, and it's one of those ones I think where the difference between this season and last is where you had such a fantastic start and you were able to get ahead of everybody else, and it was all good for you guys and rosy up until about Christmas, until you started shaking, a bit of results. You're not really in the position where you can afford any more slip-ups away from home, if that makes sense. Because because I'm not being funny, right? This is not a dig, but a lot of people are laughing at City right now. How many points away from them are you? And this is not an insult. 6, right? In 2 games that can change, right? And they could be right on top of you. So this is not an insult. This is not me being rude because I'm a child. It's back to basics. You need to win every game by game. You win every game. Right. Like Tony said, it was a big London derby. Crystal Palace, they're going to be in your face, like Bargav said. They always have a go at you. They try and probe you. And for a long spells in the game, it was between the two of you. But I think in the end, the experience and a bit of quality showed through, because like the goals were good. Like basically what you did is you did a Mayweather on them. You counter-punched them. So every time they came at you, you kind of went like that, you know what I mean? You Mayweather them. So in the end, it was a good result for you guys. I feel it's good that people like, Dale's boy, Gabriel Martinelli, he gets some form of assist or goal because he needs it. Because because one thing about it is, and this is true, you said about a resurgent Arsenal. So this is the second part of the story. If you really are going to be resurgent, one of the reasons why we are in the position we are in it in a minute is because if one player goes out, another player comes in, and it doesn't look like there's a big drop off in quality.
Fact.
Right? When you guys do that, not quite the same.
Right.
So all I'm going to say is, if you guys really are going to be resurgent and do, because hang on, so I'm not getting ahead of myself here. What do Arsenal fans? What do you guys see yourself as? Title contenders, top 4 contenders? Let me ask you before I make my next
but see, Wolfie, you can afford to say that because I mean, don't forget that you've spent 1.2 billion pounds refurbishing that team. I mean, it's not really like it's cheap to come by. I mean, you spent money on players, so when you do bring quality off the bench, we understand where that came from. I mean. You can argue that Arsenal have spent. You can argue. No, I'm just saying that you can argue that Arsenal have spent, about 800 million pounds. It's not far away from that, but it's not quite like 1.2 billion pounds that you've used to actually refurbish that team. And again, the kind of quality that Arsenal have brought into the football club, it's nothing like what you guys have spent money on. So you have the luxury to say that.
One second. I have a luxury of saying that not because of there is a money difference, right? But let me tell you why I can say that. Because we have spent 1.5 billion on as you said, refurbishing the squad. We rebalanced the squad financially. That's why no Chelsea player at the minute, other than maybe I think as Chilwell is on 200 grand plus. So we rebuilt the wages. But let me ask you this: is it that we have that luxury, or is it because we were so smart when it comes to selling? Chelsea are the most profitable club over the last 10 years for player sales. We've made 1.6 billion. And the nearest contender.
I mean, you dumped Kai Havertz in our double.
Wait. So as much as you said that we've spent, we also make it too. And by the way,
I get it.
we're sitting pretty, by the way, because we still haven't got a shirt sponsor. You know why we haven't got a shirt sponsor? Because we're waiting until we get back in the. That's the real objective for Chelsea fans. Get back into the Champions League, because that's how we get back into, with shirt sponsor, champion, all that, where we're supposed to. Right, that's why when people say to us about title talk, we kind of giggle a bit. But back to Arsenal, one of the things about your squad is there's always been this argument of there's not enough squad contribution. Martinelli doesn't do enough. Trossard doesn't do enough. Everything's always on Saka. Sterling, again, being labelled the Chelsea or City reject, depending on who you ask, because he just sits on the bench. The one thing I will say I feel sorry for Sterling, he hasn't even had a chance to play. So he's kind of been designated a hate object because he wasn't that bad for us. He could, in a team like Arsenal, would probably suit him better because it's more complete. If I'll be honest with you, and the fact that he can be there to finish off the chances that maybe a Kai Havertz would miss, because I don't see why Kai Havertz is a better finisher than Sterling. You just have to look at their goals in the Premier League to see that Sterling's a lot better finisher than Kai Havertz.
I mean, Kai Havertz. I mean, that would be a big topic for me and Oregon Gunner. But I mean, Kai Havertz has scored, half of 20 goals, which is the tally that many Arsenal fans are saying, you know what, if we do get a striker that is scoring 20 goals, 25 goals in a season, we could just go somewhere. Kai Havertz today has just scored his 10th goal of the season. In the rest of the games coming up this season, he might literally strike hot. But again, let's throw all that away. Let's bring in Bargavier. Bargavier, away from home games, Arsenal have that knack of actually dominating games, like completely. Last season, there were some certain games, in some, at least to some extent last season, we weren't dominating, but we were kind of like winning those games. But this season, the thing I've seen predominantly in most games we played this season is that we're actually dominating these games from start to finish. It's just maybe some of them, maybe the games like Liverpool, that I could say, okay, 50-50, this, that. But every other game, Arsenal have always been averaging at least 60-65% of the ball possession, if you check everything out. But again, just look at it today. Arsenal possession, down there in Selhurst Park, 59% of the ball possession. That's almost nearly 60% of the ball possession throughout today. Arsenal have 2.88 XG today, and limited Crystal Palace to 1.72 XG today. That's how good Arsenal, are good in mostly this possession game they're playing this season. Arsenal have also gotten lots of possession in games that we've also faltered this season. Do you think it's very, very necessary that we should focus on this possession kind of game in this run in? Will it help us along the line, or do you think it's more of just getting the wins that's more important for us right now, as we're getting in right now? So which means we have to kind of like balance the whole thing up and don't focus too much on just possession of the ball and everything like that, but more of finding alternative ways in trying to get something to get in, rather than just focusing on dominating the ball from start to finish. But in games that we dominate and score, it looks good. But in games that we don't get, that shining light at the end of the day, games like Fulham, games like Everton, in which we fully dominated those games, ball possession, in our hands, XG in our hands, but no goals. What do you think?
No, I think we just have to focus on being 3-point collectors, as the term goes. To go back on the Chelsea point, the one thing Chelsea have done well is they've created like way more quality chances in some ways. Like some of their games, they create quality chances. We don't create those kind of quality chances this year, like to that level that I've seen with them. But like with Arsenal, we just have to focus on going on runs and being 3-point collectors, and then in the end, like turn it up. Like the problem with us is some of our games, it's been a mixed bag of games. There's games we really show up in. There's games that we half-heartedly show up in, and there's games that it's like we're relying on like lucky chances to win. So it's like a mixed bag. So we're still finding our form. I still think
Big
we're
up
finding
Anthony Herbert. Big up DJ Crane. Big up the assembled. Yeah, back
I
if you were
think
saying
we're- I
something, continue.
Yeah, I still think we're finding our form. And as far as Chelsea goes, like they're coming in like silent snipers. They know what's up. They don't want to say they're in a title race, but they're coming as silent snipers.
Wait. Stop. Let me hold you this. When the title was decided,
May.
Probably like
mate, right? We're in
February.
December.
Probably
Right,
February.
we're in December.
Right.
I've
We're
heard
December,
that.
yeah.
No offense, Arsenal fan. I'm surprised at you because you've heard the December champions and all that
Yeah.
crap before.
Yeah.
The title. You're in a title challenge if you're there in May, not in December, not in February, not in April, not in November.
But you can tell who's gonna win.
May.
You
Hey,
No,
can
wait,
make better-
no, Bargain, no. I've seen titles get. If my team is in the shout in that on the last day of the season, we are 1 point away, and such
Oh,
has
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
That's a title challenge. Don't be talking to we're title challengers just because we're second in December. We're not right.
That's
The
true.
title is won in 2025. We're still in 2024.
Right,
Keep
right.
that. We're not even in the
But-
right year yet. I don't. That's why Chelsea fans are not because we've been there and done it, bruv.
Yeah,
We
that's
know
true,
what
too.
it's like to be
That's
like
true too.
in December champions and all that crap, and then go off and lose. Look at Ancelotti's second season, bro. First 10 games, Chelsea are gonna dominate the league. Ancelotti. Oh look,
But you know the players by February.
Same as Arsenal.
I think by February you know who the players are. Who
yeah,
the
no,
main
but
players.
the thing is, this is the difference. I've seen my team win a lot of trophies.
Yeah.
I've seen I know for a fact you do not win nothing in December. My team needs to be
No.
there in May. So all these people
Yeah.
are in a title challenge. Bro, no titles in December in December. Come talk to me in 5 months.
I hear you.
I'm being
But
pragmatic.
see, Wolfie, before I go to Oregon Guinea, of course, you have the luxury of saying that because by tomorrow, Chelsea have the chance, if they win their own game, to go top of the league. The pressure becomes different. You will no longer become deniers. I mean, when we looked at Trump America, I mean, there was a lot of deniers, right? But in this one, there will be no denial. You are in a goddamn title race. And if you usurp Liverpool tomorrow, because your game starts first, if you go get the maximum 3 points, you're top of the league. There's nowhere to hide. You're in a goddamn title race. And again, the story about it being till May doesn't have to come up. You're first now. You are first now after you win tomorrow. So I mean, but again, you have to get the points to get up there, right?
Agreed with Tony. He just agreed with that 100%.
Right, no, but
Yeah,
the thing is-
exactly. Yeah, but you need to get the points to get there.
No.
You
I
know.
get that, and I understand why. Okay, let me be real with you, right? Let me put the Chelsea title race into context, right? The reason why we kind of dismiss it as Chelsea fans and we kind of laugh at everybody is because the same people that are saying we're in a title race 3 months ago were saying we were on a £1.5 billion rejects. Same people at the beginning of the season. Their squad's too big. They're all too young. There's no
I hear you.
experience. When Thiago Silva goes, they're going to fall apart and crack.
And then Mascara came in.
No, Dale. I'm not talking about what we did. I'm not talking about what we did to change it. I'm not talking about what. Remember, even when Mascara was
yeah,
given
and then Meraski came in. It takes a good manager to change things up. How about
Wait.
that?
But the thing is, that's the point. No,
Changed the
he
whole
did
style
that
of play.
quietly. He did it quietly, though. He did
Right.
it because
It's
the
like-
thing is,
like
the
what he
reason
said.
why because isn't it true? The reason why people are taking notice of us now is because they have to.
Because you guys are attack is one of the best in the league.
Wait.
I'm
And
not
by the
saying
way,
your defense is,
by
but
the
your
way,
attack is
You've
very, very
outscored Liverpool. Your attack is good.
wait.
You've conceded less goals. By tomorrow morning, you could be top of the league. But
we could
Wolfie,
That doesn't
there's
mean
no
it's
more
gonna be
denying of this
in
fact.
May.
Wolfie, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to this. I know this is a very intense topic, but there's a particular chart the assembled has down here. And of course, I want to ask Oregon a question down here. See, Oregon Gunner, that somehow, Gabriel Jesus. Let's talk about it. I mean, it's one of the most avoided topics, but I mean, let's get into it. I mean, this guy, all season, even last season, we Arsenal fans, I mean, the respect we have for him for his heroics at Man City and then coming down here, everything just went down the drain. But oh my God, suddenly It took a Carabao Cup quarterfinal to unleash
Yeah.
the beast. I mean, and this guy to perform certain exorcisms, yeah, at Selhurst Park today also back there at the Emirate too. I mean, as Christmas, you know, come for
Right.
Gabriel Jesus. Do you think from here onwards he's going to feature more regularly? And again, put into perspective what the assembled said here. He said Arsenal's setup doesn't accommodate a 20-goal striker, as our strikers have designated defensive duties. Good and okay. Then why is Gabriel Jesus scoring 5 goals? He could have even scored, 6 today in 2 days. I mean, if that goes in progressive progression in a way, bro, easily he gets up to 15 goals already. Bro,
Right.
throw that all away. Kai Havertz is already half to 20. And we have the assembled saying that this setup doesn't support a 20-goal striker. Take it away, Oregon Gunner.
I big up assembled. I think what he's getting to is that a consistent goal scorer, right? We can spread the goals out is what we're doing right now. But Jesus has just found a bit of form. But let's not be too carried away because it's a damn purple patch. Just like Havertz was a purple patch in the beginning of this year. I'm
That's
done
why I
with
love
that.
Hale, you know. He's so fucking real.
I'm
Mm.
It's
done
against
with
one
the
team, you know.
I'm done with the Havertz experiment. I've been done with it for a while. He's not good as a striker. Left mid today. Okay, he got a goal, which is great, but he was just as much of a ghost as Odegaard and Trossard were today, to be honest. I mean, it was really the Party and Jesus show today. The Skelly, Gabriel, Party, Jesus show today. Because Saka was only in for what, 60 minutes? Was it second half he got subbed, or the end? I think it was the second half he got subbed. But I don't know. I get what Assemble's saying. Like, we don't have the guy, right? City has the guy. Chelsea, you could say Jackson's the guy, but I think if you really ask Wolfie, he would say that Jackson's great, but we could do better, right?
He's doing it for us right now.
But he's doing it now, right? Just like Jesus is doing it now. Again, I think most of these strikers in the league are purple patch players. Look at the dump Villa took for 3 weeks straight and then come back and beat City with some amazing Duran goals, right? A Duran goal. So I think the way the teams are set up now, Tony, if you really look at it, is that having that striker, unfortunately, is kind of secondary. Teams are trying to get goals from everywhere. Teams are trying to get goals from left wing, right wing, center mid, center defensive mid, shooting outside the box, right? We've seen what happened with Holland, right? The player cannot get the ball at the halfway line and dribble all the way to the goal. He needs 5-10 yards of space to run and latch onto a ball that's 5-6 yards out in front of him, right? Jesus, he kind of has, I would say Havertz, again, can't get the ball at the halfway line and then can't make the run of the pitch. Jesus can do that to a point, but then we've also seen Arteta slow everyone down, right? Hands in the air, slow down.
Hands in the air, yeah.
3 weeks ago, right? When he's clear through on the left side. So I think this obsession with this 28-goal striker is getting a little bit too deep, because we've been talking about it window after window, and you keep saying it about a team that signed 3 keepers in 2 windows.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? Right?
Sure.
One thing I think that plays into people's minds, right? And I think Tony just mentioned it a minute ago. When Jesus came from City to Arsenal, it was on the same basis of that he was going to bring a winning mentality, and he was going to bring trophies, and he was going to bring a level of performance.
Right.
But the same thing applies to Zinchenko as well, because obviously they're the people that he brought with him. And the problem with Jesus enough, we go back to consistency. He just doesn't do it often enough, because one thing about it is, I think Jesus today, when he was out on the right, was more of a threat than when he was going by down the centre. Because if you look, if one of his goals, he comes off from the right and comes in and shoots and scores. So I do think with him, it goes back to the depth question. It's nice to have him.
Wolfie, sorry, just before you go further, because of something you just said, I just want to call you back on it. I really don't think that Gabriel Jesus was and Zinchenko were brought into this club to become super dupers. I thought they were brought into this club because of the lack of leadership that we had in our team. I mean, we all know that Gabriel Jesus never scored more than 14 goals in a season. We all know. So clearly, we didn't bring them here to turn the table off and score maybe like Jesus to score 20-25 goals. We knew it. The evidence was there in a title-winning squad like Man City. He never got past 14 goals in a season. And that's considering all the whole goals he scored in a season. And at the time, Arsenal were lacking leaders, mind you. Don't forget that we had to change armbands lots of times, even before Gabriel Jesus came in. The armband changed hands lots of times, in discipline, lots of things going on in that squad, imbalance. We already came 8th already, even before Jesus came into the football club. Arsenal lacked leaders, and I thought that maybe Mikel Arteta saw that, okay, you know what, I've worked with some couple of guys at Man City. Let me bring them in. They have leadership qualities. Let them come out. This help the team leadership wise. Personally, that's what I thought. That's why they came in.
Well,
nothing about goal scoring. Nothing about being a powerful left back or being a solid left back.
All right. Let me ask you this then. Let me word this question in a specific way then, because obviously that's what Tony said, maybe about leadership. Okay, so we'll take that's what Tony's expected from Gabriel Jesus. Now let me ask Bargav. Bargav, what did you expect from Gabriel Jesus when he arrived from City? Then I'll ask Dale, because one thing about it, I guarantee you, everyone's expectation of him was different.
Yeah, so, it was lots of goals.
But by evidence, he has never scored more than 14 goals.
No, I agree with you, Tony.
Why would we expect him to score 20 goals? I'm just saying.
But that was the thing, though. And sorry, Bargav, God, what was you gonna say, bro? When you said about him, like when we signed?
Yeah, when he came in, he was supposed to be the final. He was supposed to be the final piece and do what.
All right, cool.
Do what Aubameyang was supposed to do.
All right, leadership in a piece of a puzzle. Dale, what did you when you came in when Jesus came to your club? What did you expect out of it?
I expected goals and that he was just sort of an Arteta yes man, but I did expect him to score goals because we got rid of Aubameyang because of him.
Yeah, and Lacazette, who are both scoring freely now, anyways.
Yeah, right. Aubameyang has the most goals scored ever, I think, in the Europa League.
But can I ask you? So on those three criteria, go on. Sorry, Dave. Sorry.
Well, I guess my main point though is to come in and be a yes man for Arteta. When he took the job, he needed a couple players that would back him and the project.
That would back him.
At least give
him so that leadership role kind of a thing. Yeah, exactly. The experience and everything.
I think he's a decent coach. I don't think he's that good of a manager, if that makes sense. Like, he knows football. He knows the Gengen pressing, all the tiki-taka, all the technical shit. But is he really that good of a manager? And I don't think so. We've seen it the way he's treated players. We've seen it in his negative substitutes. We've seen it, and he tells us to take the foot off the gas when we're up 2-0 at fucking United or whatever, right? I mean, it's just sometimes his man, and he doesn't have the management experience yet. Being an assistant manager to Pep is a heck of a lot different than running Arsenal Football Club. And now there's no Vingai and there's no Edu. He's Arsene Wenger Part 2 again, which is okay to a point, but when it stops working out, we hold on to him, right? It stopped working out for Wenger in 2011-12, and what do? We kept held on him, and we won 3 FA Cups. I mean, and that's an outlier, right? That's an outlier, those cups, right? So now we moved on. We got rid of Emery because, well, number one, the fans couldn't understand his accent. I think that's a big, big reason why we got rid of him, and also because we blew it to you guys in the 4-0 final, and I don't think there was a real connection with Emery to the fans, to be honest. And then that leads into why I think Arteta got the job, is because he snaked his way to it through Josh Kroenke. I think he snaked his way into the job during Unai Emery's reign of that season at Arsenal. Arteta was waiting in the wings for him to get fired. And he probably even helped them fire him, to be honest. And that's how he snaked his way into the job. He's a decent coach, like I said, but he's not a good manager. And again, back to your point, Wolfie, is Jesus and Zinchenko were just yes men, right? He had to have some troopers behind him to show that he had some power and to show that he actually had a plan for the club.
Yeah, he's their cheerleaders. They're the cheerleaders.
Right, the close two players to sort of infect the other players of what we're going to do and how to improve.
Right.
And I can't say there's been improvement. When you go from 8th to 2nd, that's improvement. When you go from 5th to 2nd, that's improvement, right? But we still haven't won anything. So there's nothing to back that improvement to say that we've improved.
Right.
We've improved statistically.
No, I mean, but the manager, Oracle, maybe you're blind to hear or to see. I'm sorry, to see. This is in tongue in cheek anyway. Maybe you're just blind to see what the manager said. Of course, this week when he said,
plates or trophies.
50 year at Arsenal. I mean, everyone saying I've just won only an FA Cup. I mean, are you guys deaf and dumb? I mean, I've won 2 Community Shields. I've won 2 trophies at Arsenal. I mean,
wait. Did Arteta come out and say that? Did Arteta seriously come out and say that? A charity game, a charity match.
They asked about trophies, and he goes, you have 1 trophy in your 5 years. And Arteta stopped the journalist and said, no, excuse me, we have 2 Community Shields. And those
you guys are in bigger trouble than I thought,
I'm telling you, bro, it's me. So another thing is that the thing is Arteta is he snaked his way into the job through Josh Kroenke, right? But again, the Everton was just a start. But remember, Everton now is a distant past, right? It's a distant past, but it was 2 fucking weeks ago. And we can't even beat Everton. And
Dale, if you don't know about the Community Shield, man, stop some respect to the Community
See you guys.
I like this, Tony. 1 second. So we beat Sporting Lisbon, 5-2? Was it 5-1? And we beat West Ham, was it 5-0 or 5-1? And
we'll put them to the sword.
We've scored 15 goals in the last 3 games. So, I mean, whatever is working is working. But I know, like even Wolfie says, we're not in the title challenge until fucking May. Like, we've seen this, Arsenal fans, Tony, right? And Bargav. We've seen us do well, and then come February, March, April, and then we lose by 4 points or 2 points like we did last season. And I think Wolfie's saying the same thing about Chelsea. He's seen this before. He's seen them top in Christmas. He's seen them top in April and drop it by 3 or 4 points in May. This can't happen. I think the real 3 teams are us, Chelsea, and Liverpool. And it may be a battle of those 3, right? Every other weekend.
Wait, stop. Hang on.
Let him finish.
Hold on, let me finish 1 second. Let me land. I don't think there's one team right now that you can clearly say are going to win the league. It's just not possible. The point spread is way too close. And Nottingham Forest are only 2 points behind us in 4th.
I mean, Nottingham Forest have a shot. They have a shot. I mean, Yeti and his army have a shot at winning the Premier League.
They beat Brentford's record today of inconsistent games of winning at home. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Wolfie's 100% right. We can.
That's a big point, man. Big point.
But it ain't shit, man, until for me, April Fool's Day. April 1st is the first 2 weeks in April. If you drop points, it's done. It's done. You have to win out from April 1st. You have to win every single game from April 1st. That's the way I look at it.
But to that point, though, so Chelsea this summer, like, because after preseason, they knew they had to get like other pieces. They went and got Neto, Felix, and whatnot. Similarly, if we're still in a title race, we should still go and upgrade our squad, though. So come January, we need to. If we're moving perfectly, we got to upgrade our squad. That's the issue.
If he brings another keeper in, Bargav, right? If he brings another keeper in, then what?
Yeah. No. Finish up, Oregon.
No, I agree with Bargav 100%. We have to update the squad in January. Again, we bought 3 keepers in 2 windows. So I don't have this most confidence. And again, if Jesus and Havertz keep scoring, they're not going to look at a striker, Bargav. They're not going to look at it. They're going to say, hey, we're scoring goals. These are our strikers. And until their contracts are out or until someone buys them, because you know how Arsenal likes to keep their players. Look at what we did to Emil Smith Rowe. We kept him for 7 years until we finally let him go. We could easily give Havertz and Jesus another contract on this form if it stays this way come January. I could see it. I could see him get another year contract.
We'll go back to that, yeah. But let's go to Wolfie, yeah. That's why it was nice that I brought Wolfie down here to be that neutral eyes and get to help us out. DJ Crane, I miss you, man. Big up to you. He gives me $5, and that's because of Wolfie. Wolfie brought him here. For some time, DJ Crane has been quarreling with me. I don't know why, but I'm your brother, DJ Crane, man. I'm your brother, man. Big up to you, man. Thanks for this, man.
I think he's cool with you, Tony. Otherwise, he wouldn't have paid you, bro. I think he wouldn't have paid you if he had a problem with you.
No, DJ Crane. I think he's pissed off when he sees me having hope that Arsenal would win anything. But again, this takes me to my next question. Yeah, he's really pissed off about that. So I'm sorry, DJ Crane. Thanks for that $5. God bless you. Wolfie, simple one. You've seen Arsenal fans like doubt talk, and there's this bit of doubt about Arsenal right now. You just heard Bag of talk, and he said, if, because I'm someone that pay attention to grammatical structures, vocabulary, and stuff like that. Yeah, because of course I'm also a teacher. But again, throw that away. Yeah, he used the word if. That's a conditional statement, and when you're using if, Arsenal are in a title race, then there's definitely an altar of doubt that Arsenal is in a title race. When you look at some other people, when you look at other people who are in the charts here too, DJ Crane, you can say that about the assembled also. I mean, to some other people here, they still don't believe that Arsenal is in a title race. Now, there's some certain set of fans, in this fan base that are saying, you know what, what's all this whining all about? Arsenal is 3 points away from Liverpool, who's at the top of the summit. Yeah? Mm-hmm. 3 points away from Liverpool. And they have a chance of losing that game when they go to the Lane tomorrow. So it's not out of the world. It's not, something that has to do with the galaxy and the stars or whatnot to imagine that Arsenal is right and firmly in touch with Liverpool. We're not goddamn title race. People could also argue that Arsenal is also occupying the top spot in that Champions League table also. I mean, not first, but I mean, we're third. We are firmly there. Arsenal just qualified into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. When was the last time Arsenal qualified into a cup game in the semi-finals already? I mean, just drop that just a little bit. Yeah, think about this. Arsenal faces Manchester United, a shitty Manchester United in the FA Cup. We're going to get through to the next round when we get onto that. Yeah, Arsenal is fighting on 4 positions. Now, look at this neutrally. Is Arsenal a team in crisis? When you hear people like me have doubts, when you hear people like Bagger have doubts, when people like DJ Crane have doubts, are we out of order when we say there's an altar of that Arsenal could get anything this season, while Arsenal is challenging on all fronts, in touching the Premier League, in touching the Champions League, just qualify for a goddamn semi-finals at the Carabao Cup, and are in the FA Cup, challenging on all fronts, and have not been thrown away? Are we whining? Are we whining Arsenal fans?
No, not really, because you're only going by what you've seen in the last 2 seasons. And typically under Arteta, over the last, say, consistency for the last 3 years, you lot are typically strong from the beginning of the season to about Christmas. Would that be fair to say? And you're not doing that this year, so that's probably why everyone's complaining. The same thing in terms of how your season will go. I reference you back to when you said to me about the Chelsea question. It's December. In 5 or 10 games, it could look completely different.
Yep.
So it's one. I go back. Pardon, Dale.
Sorry to interrupt. We could see Forest on top or in second place.
Bagger.
Possibly. It's true though. But it's true though. Say for example, I don't know, we lose tomorrow at Everton, and Forest have got game points on us. You lot have just won tonight. Say City win their next game. You know what I mean? Like the form books, like because that's the thing. One thing about it is like football's like a pendulum. It always swings in momentum and roundabouts. So it's one of those ones you just have to keep on winning. That's the thing. That's why we're not talking about, we're going to win the title in May, because we just want to beat Everton. Because one thing about it, in terms of Chelsea, if we beat Everton, who's one of our hoodoo sides, if you like, that's a big marker behind us, like Brentford at home. So we can just continue up and just carry on building confidence. But the thing is with Arsenal, the difference is because you guys have had the disappointment of 2 seasons previous, when arguably in both times it was in your hands, we're not quite in the same sort of position. Because I understand why people compare Chelsea to Arsenal at the moment, because it's the how can we put it? It's not even that. It's the word. Hang on, what's the phrase? It's trust the process, right? And and a lot of people are like, hang on a minute. Yeah, that's it. That reaction deal.
Wait, let's back up just 1 second. I'll let you land. We trusted the process, and we ended up in 20th his second season here.
Right, now let me remind people, right? Hang on, one second.
That's all I wanted to say.
No, it's fine, but Dale, let me remind people, right? And I'm pretty sure you're aware of this yourself, yeah? People talk about, Chelsea are in the hunt for this. Chelsea, they could win trophies. We were in a cup final last year. Are you only just waking up to this now?
I forgot about that.
You see? That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. Everyone forgets when Chelsea Football Club.
Bagging on you guys, saying you guys.
Everyone forgets when Chelsea Football Club. Our aim is to win trophies, bruv. We're not here to compete. We're here to win. Right? Okay. The ownership has changed, but the club hasn't. We are here to win.
Brought in a manager that has a style of play to use the players that Pochettino couldn't get a tick out of.
Well, so I think it's part and part of.
Pochettino's the U.S. manager now, so I can.
Well, no, the thing is with Poch, I don't. Dale, let me be honest with you. I don't like Poch because he had the Spurs links before he came to Chelsea.
Right.
I was never for him, but I'll tell you what. Unfortunately, he has laid some of the groundwork that Mascala is using, because obviously, if he didn't get such a tune out of Palmer, would Mascarera be using it?
The later half of the season. That's right.
I'm not a Poch fan in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who watches my channel will know I can't stand the guy. But at the same time,
that's very true.
Yeah, like you mentioned a minute ago about Emery. Yeah. Emery laid certain roots that Arteta used to win an FA Cup. But yeah, everyone remembers Arteta and forgets Emery. Do you know what I mean? You actually have to put things into context. I don't like Poch, but this is what he did, because he even solved the problem. He even put Petrovic in goal instead of Sanchez. We were all looking at Mascara like when he put put Sanchez back and goal. Like, are you crazy? Right. So don't think it's
right. Right. Every manager will build off the other manager a little bit, right? I totally agree with that. But watching your guys attack, it is far better than it was last season and the season before.
I mean, someone has even mentioned it in the charts. I'm thinking that there's a bit of some Universal Soldiers serum being swallowed by some Chelsea, players down there. But, I don't want to talk too much on that. See, guys, catch me.
He ain't nothing to us, bro. We're bigger than him by a mile. Bye, Mikhailo. We'll terminate your contract and we'll get compensation out of you because you breached your contract. Well, yeah, no problem. Whether it's true or not, Chelsea will be fine.
Back to
guys, catch me next week on a newly developed show for me and Wolfie. Yeah, me, Chelsea fan, going at it. It's gonna be wild. We're gonna be having some guests here and there, popping in. So it's gonna be a great one. By next week, we'll get something sorted out. And, I used to have this Chelsea Arsenal show with a very, very close friend of mine, coincidentally, who is also a very, very close friend with Wolfie. So, now Nas stopped doing shows. So definitely Wolfie, me and him, we're developing that show together, and we're putting it on air next week. So, guys, don't lose down for anything. Guys, see, enough of Arsenal. We beat Crystal Palace. We third. It's going to happen. Yeah? Let's see. To goddamn 30 race. Let's see what happens. Let's hope Liverpool drop points tomorrow. Guys, one big thing interesting me right now, right here, is Manchester City. Guys, one win.
Oh, sorry.
One win. No, I mean, you have the right to laugh like that, man. Bro, this is laughable. And I mean, it has even transcended being a laughable situation. It's not that of pity. You're now watching a legend on the decline. I mean, after they lost some couple of games, I really thought that maybe they're missing Rodri. Maybe they're missing the kind of harmony they have at the back. Maybe if Akonji comes back, everything will look good. They can be able to stop shipping in goals. Maybe if Nathan Ake comes back.
Rodri FC,
Guys,
man. Rodri FC.
Akonji came back. Akonji came back. And, bro,
They still-
Man City can't defend. Manchester City can't defend. They've conceded 25 goals already this season. That's how bad it looks like.
I was saying that last
Only
season.
one win in 12 games. And bro, it just seems like this decline will keep on, going on and on and on. I want to ask each and every one of you, what is your idea right now about Manchester City? And see, guys, of course, the fan bases in England. These guys are brutal. They're calling for the head of all the players in the next 2 weeks after 2 more losses. Trust me, I know this.
Treble winners.
They will,
Treble winners.
they
Treble
will
winners.
call for the head of Pep Guardiola. They will start calling for the head of Pep Guardiola in the next 2 games. They're calling for the heads of the players for all of them to be shipped out by January. Guys, what do you think? I'll start from you, Bagav.
I mean, Man City's had a down year before, so I doubt they're gonna overreact to it. But they're trying to be like Real Madrid, have high standards. I mean, they're gonna call for all the players' heads. Good luck to them in whatever their rebuild is, I guess. But I mean, I still don't think they're gonna. We'll see what happens with Man City. Today's game wasn't the best. I was enjoying the game this morning. Did you see the goals today from Aston Villa?
Oh my God.
Some of those goals, the energy, the
Duran.
energy, the goals were brilliant today. So I enjoyed
Duran
them today.
Roberts.
May continue for long. But City's that team though. Like they're definitely gonna put in the resources to try and fix it. So I wouldn't get ahead of myself just yet with that. They have come back from like a bad season and then come back and won it the next year. And also,
Barga, let me ask you a question. You have the money. Which player do you bring in right now to save your season if you're City? January. Who?
For us or Man City?
No, for you. If you're Man City in January,
for Man
around,
City.
what player do you need? What one player do you think will come in and make an impact at City that you could buy?
Okay,
if you're a City.
So Paul Pogba wouldn't work because I think he's going to be out for too long. You need a CDM. They need a CDM.
Wait.
So
Why would Paul Pogba solve their problems?
he wouldn't. But he would give them like the outlets and everything.
No, there are rumors that Man City wants to get Pogba.
No offense.
Really?
He would ignite the attack. He would ignite some of the attack. If
Paul
But their
Pogba
attack's not the problem, though, Bargav.
The
That's
one
the
you're bringing
problem.
first?
I don't
So
think their
Pogba's
attack.
the one you bring in first.
that's what they're linked with, but I don't know if that will. I don't think that will happen. But I still think. I mean, I've been going back and forth with that one with Paul Pogba because there isn't a talent like that in like the market that you can actually find. The issue is like he's also had a layoff. He's also had a layoff, which means like he could have healed up, but also he could have like lost so much ability. So I'm between both those two because there's another talent. With that talent level, it's hard to find. So I think he's still playing him in that sense, but we'll have to see with that one. With us, it's simple. Like I would definitely get in a striker, but if not, like if Vinicius, see what happens with Madrid in the summer.
We'll come back to that striker talk. We'll come back to that striker talk because Bagav, there's a confusion with this striker stuff. Gabriel Jesus has just scored 5 goals in 2 games. Right. Arsenal fans, we're gonna overhype this thing. And if Gabriel Jesus score more 2-3 goals, no striker is going to come by January. I mean, we'll talk all about that. After this one, Oregon Gunner, this Manchester City stuff, man. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think number one, they haven't gone in the transfer market to get the players they need. Zubimendi turned them down and Liverpool down, I believe, and turned Arsenal down. They were linked to Lucas Paquetá, right, from West Ham. That didn't develop. They were linked to Bruno Gomes. That didn't help him. I don't know if these players are just turning them down or the money's not there or what. But I even was saying earlier to TJ yesterday, I think, that even with Rodri there, so they don't lose 6 of those games and they still – I mean, I just don't think Rodri's the savior of this. The problem is that they rely too much on Haaland to be everything, and he's not a mobile striker, right? He's a poacher in the box, right? He can't dribble the ball from the halfway line with the center back on him. He can't even get past Gabriel. He couldn't get past Pau Torres and was it Diego Costa today or Consa. I mean, it's just, I think Holland has fallen drastically off, right? Now, if he gets a ball in the box, bang, all day long, bosh, like Lee Gunner says. He's going to score all day in the box. But it's the build-up to that that's so bad. Like Savinho, he can't do anything. He can't even get a sniff. And he was supposed to be the guy that kind of saves him, from, after the Mahrez, after they sold off.
And he set up the only goal today for them against Aston Villa today. He gave the assist.
That's one time. I mean, I know you're not gassing him up. You're right. I mean, okay, fine. He got the assist today, but they need that to happen now for literally the next 10 games. 8 games. They need to win literally the next 6 to 10 games. And, let's not think City, the owners, will pull the plug, stinker and hooked on Pep. They will find someone to replace him. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's Scaloni from the Argentinian national team.
But one other point on that.
That's a whole
in the summer, I think they only had one transfer in, right? Which was Sava.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically they could.
But guys, see, all these things we're talking about transfer windows for Manchester City. We all know that City like keeping a small squad. I mean, Pep Guardiola has always insisted on having a small squad. So let's don't act as if they haven't been competing all through the season with a small squad, and they've dominated Europe with a small squad. They've won 6 in 7 seasons, 6 Premiership titles in 7 seasons, consecutively 4 times in a row with a small squad. So what's this old talk about transfer window or whatnot with the Pep Guardiola team? He likes keeping his team small, and he is dominated with that. And I mean, see, should we be calling a spade a spade? Are we that scared to call a spade a spade? I mean, look at this comment from AFC Always. Big ups to you, AFC Always. He says, Manchester City's problem, and this will go to you, Wolfie. Man City's problem is that the players have lost the hunger because they have won everything in football. To these 130 charges are affecting them more than what they are realizing. I hear that. But when you look at a statement like this, if it was Mikel Arteta that is faltering right now, it would be that, he's a shitty manager. But here now we have this manager, Pep Guardiola, who is faltering right now. Throw away the trophies he's won. Right. He's faltering right now. When will Arsenal fans different range of fans call a spade a spade? This manager has failed this season. But no one wants to say it, that the manager has failed this season. Let's call a spade because we can say Lopetegui has failed. We can say Mikel Arteta, he's shit. But why can't we call this manager shit when they've just gone with 1 win in 12 games? Simon, take it away.
Well, it's squad depth. It's part of the reason why they're having problems, and you alluded it to him yourself, right? The main thing they've been very, very lucky on over the last 4 or 5 years is they've never really had serious injuries in their midfield. But now, over the last, because don't forget, this is a Pep Guardiola team. Let's think about the coach we're talking about, for example. He relies on his midfield, not only running games, but killing them as well by maintaining possession. That's Pep's style, if you like. And
Big up Malia.
And the problem with
Big up Malia.
Big up Malia. Yeah. And the problem he's having now is, now that De Bruyne's not as good as he was, he's getting injury prone, he's getting older, and he's got no one next to him, because that's the thing about City. They've always had a Fernandinho, they've always had a Fernando, they've always had that guy in midfield that runs things for them, and in the defensive side of things.
Right.
That's kept them out of danger. And okay, as much as we hate Rodri, because he's a very aggressive player, he's a bit of a dirty player, but the one thing he does do is because he has everyone in fear of him kind of aspect, because he's the closest thing to Roy Keane you're going to get nowadays. Would we not say that's true? Because he's not afraid to kick the crap out of you. So if he cooks you a little bit and he gives you a couple of marks on your leg, he's not upset about that, because that's what he wants. He wants you thinking about him. So in that respect, now that Man City have lost that bite in the midfield, because you need to be able to attack and you need to be able to defend. Now their balance is completely gone. You can see the balance in the midfield is they can go forward, not as brilliantly as they have. They can go forward, but you can tell that the system's not quite working anymore.
The wheels are falling. The wheels are falling. The wheels are falling.
They don't
it's
have the
completely
personnel.
fallen, bro.
You think Nico Rice? What's his name again? Rico. What's his name? What's that young Rico Lewis? Rico Lewis is not going to replace Rodri, bro, for 37 games.
right.
For not, he may do great against the Palace, or he'll do well against I don't know, Southampton. But when you start playing against Inter, when you start playing Inter and stuff like that, you really think this guy's going to cut it?
Stay on,
He did well against you guys, though. He did well against you guys. I'll give it to him, though. He did well against Chelsea.
Oh, he did well against us.
He still lost.
First game of the season.
But
he still lost, though,
Bargav, he did well against us. Look at where we are. Look at where City are.
Yeah, that's true.
City are doing this right now to us. You're looking up like a dog. Like win.
The thing is, they can invest. They really can invest. That's the one thing. It's hard to rule out. But to go back to that previous point, because there's a lot more teams now. Yeah, because last year it was like Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, right? This year, I think Forest still has a part to play. You also have,
you're looking at it the wrong way. I disagree with that viewpoint, right? You know why I disagree with that viewpoint? Because over the last 14 years, okay, let me put it this way. Who remembers watching Premier League football when you had your expected top four? Who was that top four? Liverpool, Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, right? That's what used to be the top four. Then Man City came along and said, fuck. Then Man City tried coming along and say, you know what, fuck that. It's a top five now. Then you have Spurs. Then you have Spurs knocking on the side. Can I join the party? No, fuck off. Go away. Right, you're not part of this party. Then you have other people like Everton that have history, that have heritage, and are trying to get back up. But just like with Newcastle, for example, because of their limited success on the pitch over the last 30 years, they don't quite have the financial. Because don't forget, Newcastle have the richest owners in world football. They even eclipse cities, but because they can't find a way to transmute that money onto the pitch, like Todd Bowley did when he fiddled the books a bit, and everyone started crying with 8-year contracts. Because that's the difference. It's not just about how well you play. It's also about how smartly you play too. That's what separates certain managers and players from other players. That's what makes a player from good to really good, or a manager from good to world class. That's the difference between an Arteta and a Pep. Because Arteta can turn around and say, I try and make tactical changes. Pep will turn around and say, oh yes, I won the league without a striker.
Yeah,
my midfield won me my title.
Right. Here's my thought on Pep. Pep is fantastic. Barcelona, Bayern Munich, City must be really tough. Must be really tough for Pep. Kiss my ass, Pep Guardiola.
No, but the one thing is, but Dale,
the American in Dallas struck.
He doesn't have what's his face fucking at Bayern Munich. If he doesn't have Kevin De Bruyne, I want to see Pep manage Wolverhampton. I want to see Pep manage Everton. I want to see Pep manage.
This is the problem.
That's
Dale.
the problem I have with Pep.
Guys.
Tony, please let me drop this. Tony, please let me land this. 1 second.
Bullshit. You had Messi for years.
Right, Dale. Stop. Let me back your point up. Let me back your point up.
Give me a break, Pep.
Right, Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, all given their debuts at Barcelona by Frank Rijkaard.
Correct.
Not Pep Guardiola. But everybody likes to say that it's Pep.
Frank Rijkaard. I know that.
No.
I've been watching
the problem
this for 10
the thing is with Pep, with Pep, he's always had great teams, and then he's always left before the cycle of the teams ended. Now the cycle of this Man City team is ending. He's got to try to fix it, and he's going, oh, Kovacic isn't a proper holding player. He's a ball carrier. It's wrong. Wait, anyway, I've got no real ball-winning midfielders anymore. Oops. Sorry, Tony. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're exactly right. But the thing is, right? I mean, my point is that he's always had a star-studded team. It's amazing what Arteta could have done at Barcelona. right? It's amazing. Fucking
No, don't push it there. Don't push it by saying that.
Okay, forget Arteta, but Erpon Albert could have managed that Barcelona team. I mean, give me a break.
Come on, man.
Busquets. I mean, it goes on and on. And, you know, it just, I'm tired of, I mean, I get so sick of hearing our community, the Arsenal community, glazing Pep. I'm done listening about it. Just like I'm done listening about, ours is gold. That was 20 fucking years ago. That's 2 decades gone that we've won an actual title. So I'm tired of hearing about Pep. I'm tired of hearing about our gold trophy that no one gives us 2 squirts of piss about anymore. And I'm tired of hearing about the Invincibles, right? Same kind of thing. Like, the Invincibles. That was a completely different world than of football, right? So I'm just, the Pep thing, put him in Everton. Go, hey, you want to save somebody, Pep? Go down to Southampton and see if you can save them from relegation this season. He can't because he doesn't have the money. It's Pep and money.
But see, one thing we can really rely on. One thing we can really rely on is that this is pure relegation form. Can we all agree to that? 1 win in 12 games is pure relegation form.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bringing other games into the context, but 1 win in 12 games, it's relegation form.
If this was another squad, Tony, I'd probably be 100% yes. But it's Man City. They could literally turn it on next week and win fucking 10 games straight, and then where we will be.
Straight.
It's good.
Okay.
And also, they could get 2 signings in.
And they could get 2 signings in 2 weeks. They could bring Zubamendi.
Yeah, what's 120 charges compared to 115, eh?
They could make a play for Rodrigo at Madrid. They could make a play for Barcelona players, right? Frankie de Jong
got stickers.
Go to Man United over City. Come on, you know. I mean,
yeah, but at the same point, at that same point, though, like I mean, because every year people spend what 200 million, basically 200 million. On like players, it's like almost the average. So they have so much to play with if they want to, but we'll see what happens with them. I think that's I think that's what everyone's like looking at right now with the transfer wise. If there's going to be big money spent, it's going to come from City.
I would say that if they were like Tony said, if they were like in 12th place or something, or like 14th place, you could speak relegation. I think that word would come into the vernacular. But when they're in 4th, 5th place, and they're only 8 points behind Liverpool or something. There's like Wolfie said, there's a shit ton of football left to play between now and May. Yeah. And let's be real, Man City turned it on against us twice in February.
Wait, that's a lot of people forget.
They went on to win the league.
Exactly. That? That's a lot of people think people forget. People forget actually that City quite often start slow. And then they have a bit of a jagged start around Christmas. And then from about, I don't know, January 25th onwards of that.
They'll win 10 games in a row. But I really doubt, but you're right, Wolfie, but I do doubt that this season is that season. I think even if they brought in a Zubamendi, a Paquetá, maybe another center back, I don't think that can save them.
Guys, the wheels are falling. The wheels are falling. The defenders can't run no more. Foden, there's no hunger. I mean, Grealish hasn't, drank the last dregs of beer he needs to drink. Guys, man, it looks drab. The wheels are falling. The max are falling off. Let's just agree. Man City's down the toilet. They're not going to challenge for a title this season. Even if they go and put up money and cash in the transfer window,
it would take a lot for that.
I don't doubt that they will bring in players, but I doubt that they will bring in quality players. There's a clear difference with that, because no team will want to lose their quality players in January. None.
Well, to be honest, every team right now in the City trying to compete with City, so they're not going to want to sell any of their better players to City because they're like, hang on a minute, we're trying to usurp you. Get the fuck out.
Exactly, man. No one.
I mean, if they put the money down, they put the money down. I mean, that's just money talks in that situation.
Good. You don't have to sell, though.
I hear you. That's a valid point. But again, it doesn't really work like that with some certain football clubs that have quality players, losing their players. Most of them are not where they want to be on the table. Mind you, some of them want to qualify for Champions League. They need the big money, and you need your big-time players to actually get you ahead in those leagues and help you out. So you can't be giving Man City the best of the best just for money, knowing that you can reap that when you get qualification into Champions League. And definitely Manchester City won't be going for players that are not of high quality.
Right.
Definitely should be going for the high quality players.
Right.
And those are the players that are playing in Champions League football with their current
Right.
clubs right now. They wouldn't want to risk that right now in January. So again, we can have all that, go to dust. But again, let's go into the next topic. Oregon, going to finish up what you want to say now. So
I
let's
just want
go
to
to
say,
the next one. Let's close it.
I don't think there's just that one or maybe those two players that save City, right? If Zubamendi comes in and replaces Rodri, I don't think he just becomes a world beater overnight. Like, it's going to take time for them to blend in and so forth. Like, I agree with you, Tony. It's not looking good for City right now. But
Sorry, Dale.
I hold those thoughts. Let's wait till February 1st rolls around, right? I love laughing at them too. Stay humble, you Norwegian prick. You deserve all the bullshit you get.
Stay humble, yeah?
Right, he didn't have to drop the Norwegian part in there, man. There's something called Norwegians, right?
Norwegian boy in there.
Stay humble.
But he's part of the decline, right? I mean, the ball is like, get the ball to Holland at all costs. We get that. And it worked out 2 seasons ago when you're lumping it up like Allardyce. But once you got to play through midfield, it's not as easy. We even tried long ball, right, Tony? We missed Odegaard. We did long ball for 4 weeks. And what happened? We had 1 win out of 4. So the long ball game does not work, I don't think, anymore in this football era. You have to pass through the midfield. The center backs are too fast. They're too strong. The strikers now are just poachers. You don't see Henry-esque strikers like you did before. You don't, the only one I can really think
Jackson,
of right
bro. You better recognize Jackson, man. That's Henry's shadow right there, bro.
Jackson is on the edge, but I stand corrected, right? I mean, it's not Chris Wood. I mean, who's the mobile striker? Darwin Núñez, not really. Diaz, not really, right?
Oh, they're all shocking in one way or the other day.
The most mobile striker I can only think of is Lautaro Martinez from Inter. That guy runs around the
Isak's somewhat mobile. Isak is somewhat mobile.
Wait, what happened with Tony with you guys? Because there was all that speak for about a year about you guys signing him.
Yeah.
And then he goes to Asaldi for 60 million. I don't know what his wages were, but he kind of faded out.
$300,000 a week he's on, bro. Arsenal aren't even paying close to that.
Bro, you pay Kai Havertz $300,000 a week.
But Kai Havertz is.
Oh, sorry, dude. I didn't mean to bring that up, man. But yeah. All right now, I really want to cuddle Dale and be like, it's okay, bro. I was there. He was at my team. You know what I mean? I've been there, bro.
Let me get an air cuddle. Can I get an air cuddle? No air cuddle?
Okay, guys, see, we're in the last segment of the show. Yeah, we'll soon end up and everyone can go home after this big win from Arsenal. See ya, guys. Big matches. Big matches tomorrow. Yeah, huge matches. First of all, Everton goes against Chelsea Football Club tomorrow. See ya, guys. Yeah, let's don't act as if Chelsea haven't been in games. They played in the Carabao Cup. I mean, they also played in that Conference League game. They played a week ago. Let's don't act as if Everton haven't rested, since that Arsenal game. They haven't played a game, mind you. The game against Liverpool has been postponed, so they have, they quite had a little time to get to rest just a little bit. Chelsea have been on the road to the Conference League, although anyway, Chelsea have been using their kids anyway, But again, throw that away. Yeah, they've been rotating, throw that all away. They face a fresh Everton team who have rested in that game against Liverpool that has been carried over to the next year. See ya, guys, does Everton have the cojones to stand up to Chelsea and take points away from them? We already know that they can defend, to the last drop of their blood if they have to, and that's the hallmark of a Schoenberg team. Stick it to you, get to ruffle you up a little bit. They have physical players in the middle of the park. They have Gaia, they have Mangala, they have the Core. I mean, they have Harrison, Ndiaye. They have very, very energetic players that could actually cause big problems for any team. Do you guys think that Everton will cause an upset for Chelsea when they visit Goodison Park?
I think Everton does the low block. I think Everton does the low block, and Chelsea just finds a way around it. If those Everton players come out to play, they're going to get annihilated. So
I mean,
the low block. The low block is key. Go ahead, Bargav.
I mean, it's at Goodison. I think like I came across this like 2 days ago. Everton have won like the last five of their last 6 Premier League home games against Chelsea. So
wow,
in that sense, like I think like it could be a tougher game for Chelsea than they expect.
I said
I can see them. I can see them
game,
scoring
bro.
too. So
It's a hard game. It's going to be a very hard game. If they took points off you guys, they can take points off us. So like, it's definitely one of those ones where it's not going to be easy. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be horrible. Hopefully, no one will get injured. In terms of like, because you know what they're going to do? They're going to be lumping it up and down. They're going to be set pieces, because that's the other thing about it. We are not good at set pieces. We are not Arsenal when it comes to set pieces, bro. We are dodgy at set pieces at times. Like, because even I think if you go through the Chelsea statistic over the last like 5 or 6 games, you've had like 30, 40 set pieces. I think we've only scored 1. So it's just like we're a bit vulnerable in the air. And that's one thing that, like with Braithwaite and them, like, they're going to be looking to make sure they muscle us, because it's going to be the same thing against you guys. Like what was against you guys? They're going to be roadblock at the halfway line. It's going to be gritty. It's going to be physical. Hopefully, none of the younger players will lose their heads. It's going to be one of the, you need to be patient. Right now, sometimes you need to act like a wolf and go through the jugular, but sometimes you need to act like the other animal I promote, and that's the elephant. Sometimes you need to be patient, smart, clever, and use your wits, and just wait for the opportunity. Because I think Bargav's right. I think we need to counter them a bit, because they're going to sit deep, and we need to find a way of drawing them out. But the problem is, and this is just, if they don't press us when we get into their half, I think we'll kill them, because. Like Bargav said earlier, we have enough about us where we can create 1 or 2 chances, even through a low block. Because Villa tried doing a sort of a low block against us when they came to Stamford Bridge, but they didn't press, and they just ended up sitting back while we played in front of them and scored goals. So it really, really does depend on exactly how Everton set up. Because if they counter us and try to press us on the halfway line and win a few turnovers, because we're not the best at the back, we are. It's going to be very peak, bro. Trust me. I'll be sitting there like this, just like.
It's still the Premier League, right? I mean, any given Sunday, really, it's going to be mistake free. They have to concentrate defensively, and you guys have to play mistake free.
And we don't play mistake free. That's the problem. Bargav, you come on my channel quite regularly. Don't me and JPT always say Chelsea will gift you in a game? At some point, they will give you something, and they normally do. So it's not, but if anyone thinks it's a foregone conclusion, no. You're getting too ahead of yourself. No TFT settings, please. No scary, dangerous settings. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. No scary, dangerous settings.
It's scary.
That's the point, though. You need to concentrate and be on the ball. And the thing is, that's the thing, particularly if you've watched football over the last 20 years. Back in the day, you had teams that kept concentration 100% all the time. Nowadays, they just simply can't do it.
Right.
If you look at the amount of back passes and misplaced passes and poor crosses and poor passes that goalkeepers make or defenders make to goalkeepers and it gets intercepted or whatever, it's shocking, bruv. The level of actual play has gone down generally, not up, down. They may run harder and faster, but that doesn't mean they play better.
The technical ability is always there.
Well, is it? Well, footballers, are they ballers or are they athletes?
Right.
All right, guys.
Modern day.
See you guys. Liverpool visit the Lane tomorrow. See you guys. Let's don't sit down here and act as if Tottenham didn't get a confidence boosting win in the Carabao Cup. Yeah, I mean, they're through to the semi-finals of a cup game. They're looking good in the Conference League. Things are working, for them. Apart from the Premier League, now they have the chance to actually play their role in actually upsetting a big, so-called Big 16 when they come visiting them down there. We all know that Tottenham Hotspur is not that kind of a team that would just sit back and soak up pressure. No. The manager believes in attack. That's how he plays football. He knows no other way in playing football than attacking the team, unsettling them, getting goals, even if they have to leak goals themselves too. They just have to go ahead and just try to ruffle some feathers. What are we expecting in that game against Liverpool with Tottenham Hotspurs? Are we living on a prayer? Bagav, we'll start with you for that one.
I mean, I'm not watching that game. I mean, I don't. I'm not rooting for Spurs either. So I just hope for a draw. Like I just hope for. I'm gonna check my mobile phone at night. Hopefully, it's a draw, and we'll call it. I'll be happy with that. If it's if they win, good luck to them. But I'm not watching it. But that's what I would like. It would be nice for the Prem too. I think it would even out the Prem. Like it would be nice for the Prem. In that sense too, but
we could draw.
As far as
we
like what I'm
draw
expecting
tomorrow.
to win, it could be either way because the way
draw.
Tottenham play, it's rock and roll. It's rock and roll.
But the thing is, Tottenham play good against the bigger sides, but crapper against the smaller sides. Because if you look at us, they went 2-0 up against us, and if it wasn't for the fact they were just playing suicidal football, but they have the ability where they can hold you and get at you because they have got quality attacking players. They have got a brand of football that lets their attacking players express themselves. But I'm just wondering, like. Because one thing I have to say is I'm not trying to like put doubts on Arne Slot's team, but I still think if Liverpool's weakest area is probably their midfield. Because I remember when we went Anfield and we bossed that game in midfield. We absolutely decimated.
Bro, even their defense isn't really looking okay. Since Konate went injured, they've conceded goals. They've conceded nothing like about 5-6 goals since Konate got injured. Konate is back, but it doesn't look the same. Gomez isn't really looking like an elite player down there, innit? Even Quantek doesn't even really have a say in the kind of goals they're conceding since Konate got injured. I mean, they conceded 3 goals against Newcastle. Check the end-to-end football they played with Fulham the other day. I mean, going ahead, going backwards, back and forth with Fulham, they've conceded goals. So, in as much as we want to lay claim to the fact that they're good offensively, at the back they're suffering too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they are suffering.
I think I predicted I will never predict a Tottenham win ever. never, ever.
Guys, even if it's Oregon Gunner, even if it's for the greater good. Even if it's for the greater good.
The greater good, Tony, would be us beating Fulham. The greater good would be us beating Everton, right? We are our own worst enemy, Tony. We are the team, similar to Chelsea at times, that just shoot ourselves in the foot. We get over cocky. We think we're something we're not, and we end up drawing or losing to these minnow-type teams. But the thing is with Tottenham is that what you guys said is 100% correct. They will come out and play. And Liverpool will be on the back foot at times during that game. But Ryan Gravenberch may be their only saving grace in midfield. Szoboszlai is a decent attacker, but he can't defend. Curtis Jones, I don't even rate. So Gravenberch has to be key for them. But at the same time, that Tottenham defense, bro, they're missing Van der Veen. Udogie might be out. Romero's a possibility to be out. If Romero and Van der Veen are out, they're getting slaughtered by that front line of Liverpool. I don't care who. Right? I mean, you're talking Diaz, Salah, of course. I'm hopefully I predicted a 2-2. I don't really see a clear winner because both teams are attacking. Both teams defensively are fragile at times. I think Tottenham's is a lot more fragile if they don't have that that partnership of Romero and Van der Veen. Guy is not good enough. Archie Gray is not good enough. Right.
See, guys, I'm shameless, man. I want the Tottenham win. What are you guys talking about? We're going for the goddamn title. Are you guys serious? Are you and Bago serious, man?
I'm not watching it. That's all I said.
Are these guys all right?
Tony's on the North London derby forever, flex, bro. North London United, innit? Come on. Man, LD, bro.
You're not too good. You can piss off down the way. No, I mean,
guys,
Tony, please don't.
I am rooting for a Tottenham win. I just wanted to make that clear.
Craziness.
See, guys, they come sometimes you just have to be shameless. You have to be shameless at times when, for the greater good, it's better. It's for the greater good. Come on, man. I mean, Tottenham, do us a favor. Do us a favor, please beat Liverpool because Liverpool have to drop points from somewhere. Where do you think Liverpool will literally drop points?
I just said draw, mate.
Bro, in the
Well,
second
they are
half
not
of the
going to
season, they have
lose.
easy games.
How do you
So
They've got to go to the
right
wait. When have
now,
they go to the Emirates? They have to go
Who?
to the Emirates. Oh, Liverpool.
bro,
Yeah.
anything can happen in that
Yeah.
game.
And
You know that,
Stamford Bridge.
right? Anything can happen. They can beat us. Anything can happen.
Liverpool one time.
So, I
We
mean,
play all the top 6, but Liverpool.
man, see ya, guys. Yeah, I don't know. What we kind of need a similarity of any favor Spurs can give to us tomorrow, because Liverpool have to draw points from somewhere. Because if
Right.
they go through this series of tough teams they're going through right now, bro, from there on it's gonna be easy peasy until the next time they meet Spurs and all this Fulham and all this
No, but the
other
Spurs will be
team.
a tough test for them because the Spurs will go at them, like I said. Because that's
Right.
one thing that. Because one thing about that, I believe the expression would be if it was boxing or MMA, styles make fights. In this particular instance, if you like, you have a person that likes to be in Spurs, that likes to be overly aggressive. They like to put pressure on you. I believe the comparison of rock and roll football from Klopp came up earlier, and about they have a style where they want the pressure to be on you, which is true, and they can open you up quite quickly and score because they did it to us, and they've done it to other teams as well. So there is a threat. The only thing is, really, I think the big question is how solid is. It's always going to be about the midfield battle, really, for me. So
Right.
how solid is that midfield and how solid is that defense? Can Spurs get at them or can Liverpool lock them out? Because if Spurs can get at them, Liverpool are in trouble because they will just get at them again and again and again and again
And again
and
and
again
again and
and
again.
again.
Okay, guys, because we have to go, and of course, I don't want to keep people down here 1 hour 30 minutes of us as friends talking football. See you guys.
Love-
Before we go, our closing out stuff, predictions for top 4 this season, and everyone goes out from there. Wolfie, I'll start with you.
Chelsea. No, joking. Oh God, that's pressure, isn't it? Not sure which order, but it's going to be Liverpool. Us, I would hope. Arsenal, I can't help feel that City are going to come back into it in some way, shape, or form. They'll recover somewhat, whether they sack Pep or not, or spend heavily in January. They'll recover in some way, shape, or form. They're not going to be in the mud forever, unfortunately.
Top four.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Arsenal,
Don't compensate. Top
I said
4.
Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man City. Tony, I said top 4. There's
Okay.
Could be that.
Baggers, hit
Yeah.
it.
I think it's gonna be so no particular order: Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, and then Villa.
Ooh,
He gives Arsenal the title. See, yeah. Oregon
I hope
Gunner,
so. I hope so.
talk to these people.
Okay, so I get to pick 2, like my top 4. Or
No,
finish?
top four. Who
4?
wins the title? Top 4.
I think it's going to be Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, and Chelsea.
Wait, you're adding Forest. What, you think they're going to keep it up throughout the whole season?
No, but I just like the story, and I don't know. But yeah, he's my guy. They're playing
Forest,
good
scary,
football,
dangerous.
but I
Sorry.
don't like scintillating Forest. I get it, but I know you've watched some games. I think you've watched some of their games, Wolfie. I would think sometime. They're good. They're a very good team, right? They play real team football, and that's what I like about them. And they stopped Brentford's 11-game win streak at home today. They're no mugs, bro.
Forest.
But they're athletes. Remember we talked about athletes, Wolfie? Colin Hudson-Odoi, athlete. Murillo, athlete.
One thing is also got. One thing about them.
Rosie, guys, please. I welcome back Rosie to my channel. This is the first time Rosie has come back to my channel since you guys know. Big ups to Rosie. Rosie, thanks. I really do appreciate this. And you're welcome back to the channel. Big ups to you. Thanks, Rosie. And I hope your kid is okay. And I hope everything is okay with you and your family. Merry Christmas to you.
Tony,
thanks for this $2. I really appreciate it.
Can I just quickly make a point on what Dale just said? One thing about the Forest is, we were going into earlier about the size of City squads and potentially. One thing about Forest is risk sometimes pays off. Because have you noticed, right? They did what they did to expand the club. They got a slap on the wrist for it, but look at them now reaping the rewards of what they've done because they've got squad depth.
right?
Yeah,
Everyone
and-
gets a slap on the wrist once in a while, right? I mean, you guys have had your goddamn ass paddled over the last 10 years.
It's been going since 1955, bro. We often clashed with the authorities that be. Don't worry. Yeah, that's normal for Chelsea.
Government to remove Abramovich from the premises.
Bro, it don't matter if it's the governing body or the UK government. We
Right.
always clash with
Right.
someone.
Yeah. I just think the Forest could be that they're not going to win the league. I'm not, and they may not finish third, but I think as a team, Nuno has it figured out. He took some of the issues they had last season and ironed them out for this season, and they have a winning formula. Can it continue? Probably not, but you never know. At least they're up there, and I would like to see a change. And I put them really 1 point above Chelsea because I don't think your defense.
Whoa, bro, you've been so nasty to me up until
I
this
said
point.
Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, Chelsea. I know your attack is good. I just don't think your defense is that good. And I know you've got some decent players. You got Gusto and that, and Cucurella's having a great season. But I think the center backs are very sus. And I think Enzo's sus too. If Enzo's on a bad
Enzo
game,
Fernandez?
yeah, if he has a bad game, bro, it's all off. I mean, it's just like you're playing with 10 men.
All right.
I don't want to. I'm not digging your team out. I'm just.
I know you're not there.
I think Forest. I doubt they'll finish top 4, but I really like the story. And when I watch them play football, it kind of reminds me of real team football. It's not flashy. It's not this or that. They have athletic players. I'm telling you, Colin Hudson-Odoi is a fucking athlete, bro. He's a real athlete.
Ex-Chelsea, though.
Ex-Chelsea, right. And so I just feel like if they can, and they don't have the deepest bench, if they can keep fit and keep getting the points, they could be there and about for sure.
Gibbs White, another good player.
Gibbs White, top player. I'd pick him in Arsenal right now.
Chris Wood, man. Look at the season Chris Wood's having. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, yeah. Jesus, yeah. Well, no, again, Chris Wood, phenomenal season. We all know in this chat and in this that they're not gonna finish top 4. But they play good team football, and Nuno has brought them levels to what they were. So again, shout out Yeti and Forest.
Yeah.
See, guys, we've come to the end of the show. See, Wolfie, tell these people what you got coming up on your channel. Of course, guys, you have to join me and Wolfie this week. Sometime this week, me and Wolfie will be having something, something light for now. But in the next coming weeks, it's going to be heated, So, guys.
Yeah, the radiator's on. It's going to be very heated, warm, insulated.
You're plugged in.
Campfire settings, bro.
Wolfie, tell these people what you got coming up and talk to them about your channel, man.
Well, big up everybody. Thank you for having me on, Tony. It's been a while. I've missed it. I've been very enjoyed being here. Obviously, big up Dale as well. Last time I see you was the transfer chat we had, bro. It's been good to see you again. Big up. Bargav, always a pleasure, bro. Never a chore. Always fun. Thank you for having me on. You can catch me and JPT hopefully doing our watch along tomorrow for the Everton game. Really hard game coming up. Hopefully we'll win that and not get anyone hurt. Hopefully, if any of you boys want to free to join if you wish. While Gav always knows he can jump on. Tony, if you want to jump on. Dale, if you're free, please feel free to jump on because me and JPT were very open to everyone. Big up my boy JPT. Keep it real. Keep it Chelsea. Keeping it real Chelsea. Big up my boy JPT. And come join us tomorrow. Wolfgang Division.
Big ups. See guys, if you've not subscribed to those of you who will be watching this on playback too, if you've not subscribed to Wolfgang Division, come on guys, go down there, and subscribe to the channel. Big guy here on this channel. He has been here with me, since I've been developing the channel too. I can say the same thing of the two guests down here with me. I have shows with them too. Of course, Oregon Gunner, one of the most consistent brothers, is my core friend. In fact, almost throughout the season, me and him have the consistent show running on this channel. As in Conway comes on, this guy is always there, trying to help me out.
Talk straight facts as well. Don't talk shit like some Arsenal fans.
Appreciate that,
bro. It's a real one. Come on, man. Yeah. Oregon Gunner. Totally real one. Big ups to you, man. Talk to these people where I got coming up this week. This coming week, man.
Hey up, Tony. Thanks for having me on. Great to see you, Wolfie and Bargav once again. Bargav with palm trees out there. I'm very jealous. I just got back from Maui.
Big up TJ as well, man. Big up TJ.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Partner in crime, man.
Big up TJ.
TJ for a quick half hour before I jump on with you, Tony. So yeah, big up TJ and all the American Idiots crew. So I guess to for today, we got past Palace, Tony, and we put 5 on Sporting, we put 5 on West Ham, and we put 5 today on Crystal Palace. So, and then add another 3. What 3 on Wednesday? 3-2. Yeah, another 3 to that. So we're looking at 18 goals and conceding 4, 5. So not bad at all. But yeah, I stick with what Wolfie says. Let's talk about the league when it gets closer to March, April. There's still a lot of football to play, but it's great to predict, of course, and see what happens. But big up, Tony, again, to you guys as well in the chat. Thanks for having me on. My next show, I think, will probably be somewhere during the week, maybe with Jez or something. I haven't spoken to Jez in a while. Shout out, Jez. You can definitely catch me Friday at 9 p.m. UK with the American Idiot Show with TJ.
On that note, can I just quickly point out to people as well? Sure. I know you might mention this as well, but Tony is also doing his, obviously, the 2 henchmen with Matty tomorrow. Big up to the Southern Goofer as well, because I love my boy Matty. Big shout out to him as well, bro. Big up to Matty.
Heard of that yesterday, by the way. Was looking forward to that yesterday, and then it's like I was in the I think it got postponed for today.
Yeah, it got postponed. It got postponed because I was to do the show with him yesterday, but on Friday. Sorry, but I was thinking it was on Saturday. So I think we're moving the show till next week. It's gonna be next week. I'm thinking tomorrow. So
from London, Atlanta, where Maddie's at, it's about a 5-hour difference. From London to where I'm at, it's an 8-hour difference. I mean, it's only 2 o'clock in the afternoon here. So
it's the afternoon for you. I got it's
hard to get the hours sometimes straight, and that's why I'm not always able to join. Watch as many shows as I'd like. But anyway,
we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Great seeing you, Wolfie and Bart. Shout out to chat. Come on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, big up to everybody. I'll make it.
Baggers, man. Talk to these people.
Big up to the chat. Yeah, big up to the chat as usual. Like, if you haven't subscribe. It's the road to Christmas, basically. So, good football, good movies, good drinks, good family moments. So, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas, bro.
And then, that's pretty much it. Like, I haven't got much coming up. Just subscribe to the channel. It's fun to hear. Or Wolf.
Yeah.
Bargav's a bit of a mercenary. He'll go wherever they pay him. All about the money, Bridget. All about them. No, I'm playing.
Bobby ain't kind of thing.
Innit?
Yeah. See you guys. Big ups. Thanks you guys for showing up today. I really do appreciate it. Mostly you, Oregon Gooner, Baggers, and of course you, Wolfie, man. Thanks, man, making your comeback to the channel. And of course we've been speaking, on the background, and talking and wanting a while, but we've not just really put things into motion. So it's only good that we're getting the show started up.
You got married, didn't you? You got married. So don't try to talk to me like I was my fault. How was it? You got married, son. Don't try and blame me. I've always been here.
So many things. So many things.
A real woman.
A real woman. This is, I'm ditching my Arteta doll. Bring me a real woman.
Don't mind these guys, Don't mind these guys, people.
We're great together, Tony. Really.
Don't mind these guys, people. So I want to especially thank DJ, DJ Crane, for showing up to the channel today, bro. Man, it would be nice to keep having you down here, man. I've missed you. The only time I see you is only in Wolfie's channel most of the time. I do come down there. So big up to you, man. Nice to have you down here today. Oregon Guinea was in the chat. Rosie, another person. I'm so happy. Oh, she says Baggers is a hooligan. Okay, that's a good one.
Actually, people at the Emirates.
That's a good one. So big up to you.
Princess. He's a sweet princess.
Oh my God! Here we go with that. Oh shit!
She's a sweet princess.
Oh my God! He's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Oh my God! Bagger princess. Oh my days.
Bargav, they'll get it. They'll get it. You'll figure it out, Tony. You'll just keep your ears open. You'll hear.
Go to AFC James. You'll see the tweet.
Yeah.
My sweet prince. Like, how can you say that to as a grown man?
You don't know this, Tony?
I know.
Some
I heard
spot
that.
on Twitter is called Calafiore. His
Oh,
sweet
big up
prince.
Ola, by the way, tonight on the Fight Week show. They're doing the Usyk fight. Make sure you
shout
check
out
out the
Ola.
Fight
Oh,
Week show.
yeah.
Fight Week show.
Yeah, the Fight Week show. Ola has a
Usyk,
show there.
Thingy
Yeah,
too.
of course. Usyk,
Nice.
Tyson Fury. That would be
Yeah.
a very, very big matchup. I'll be watching it myself too.
It happened right
After
now.
I talk to my baby,
Tomorrow.
I'm definitely gonna, watch up that matchup. See ya, guys. Yeah. Shout out to Wolfgang Division in the charts. Shout out to Malia. Shout out to DJ Crane, Rosie, who was down here. Shout out also to The Assembled. The Assembled, very great guy. He is always, helped me down here. Big ups to you, The Assembled. AFC always. Miss Wolfie, big ups to you, Miss Wolfie. It's nice to have you down here, Miss
Camilla,
Wolfie.
big yourself up as well.
Big ups to you. Camilla was also
Anthony
down
Herbert, the tractor
Donna
wielding
Cullen.
maniac.
I don't know who Donna Cullen is, but
I
shout
don't
out to
think they
Donna
know half
Cullen.
the time, Tony. I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't know who
Oh,
Donna Cullen
right.
was there, but
Donna
I don't
Cullen's
know.
looking for a date,
I just have
Tony.
to
They're
shout out
already
everyone.
married, so don't worry about it.
I don't know.
You're blind, mate, not blind date.
Yeah, right? Goodbye. No,
Josh
right.
True Gunner was down here, and of course
What's up,
Jordan
Josh?
LFC was down here. See ya, people. From me, Oregon Gunner, Simon, Wolfgang Division, and my guy Baggers. We are out.
Out.
Peace.